This is really exciting. Today there was a huge announcement by Turtle Rock Studios regarding the first expansion for Back 4 Blood. It's called Tunnels of Terror, and we knew that a while ago, but now we have a lot of information as to when it comes out, what type of Ridden are in it, what's going on with the cleaners, all sorts of stuff. And not only do I have this image here that they released, I actually have an article that goes a little bit deeper into what's going on with some of the stuff on the screen here. But real quick, take a look. We have our expansion coming out on April 12th. So it's about a month away, I know. But April 12th, we have a date. We have 3 new Ridden. It's the Ripper, the Shredder, and the Urchin. I found this really interesting that they went down the path of another variant, because if they ever do want to introduce a whole new Ridden, that gives them a whole nother variant that they have to keep on with. But something that went through my mind immediately, actually a couple of things. One is they all kind of look like porcupines. I don't know what they got into that made them all spiky. Another thing that went through my mind was when you think of the subclasses with the Ridden in this game. So you have tall boys, reekers, and stingers, right? Those are the general terms. But then there's the subclasses that are like the hawker and the stalker, or the exploder, or the crusher. And something you might realize with all of these subclass names is they're pretty on the nose with exactly what they do. The exploder explodes, the crusher crushes, the stalker stalks, the hawker hawks. So what's the Ripper ripping is really what I want to know. Is the Shredder shredding us? Is it going to make us bleed? Is it going to break razor wire? What's it shredding? And with the Urchin here, we actually have a little bit more information on the article that they posted with this announcement. But a little bit more as to what's going on in here. We have the Ridden Hives, which is a whole new PvE activity, which is a series of 7 different dungeons that are going to be in the game, which is really interesting. There's 8 new exclusive skins. Everybody gets a hazmat suit, except the 2 new cleaners, which is a little weird. I'm surprised there's 8 skins, not 10. And then the bottom right-hand corner has a ton of information. There's warped chests, skull totems, new cards, legendary weapons, and attachments. I don't know if that's legendary weapons and legendary attachments, or if that's legendary weapons and then just more attachments, and then plus more. And you can see in the bottom right we have what looks like new skins, but then I also see a sledgehammer, which is cool. Something to know about the warp chests and the warp Ridden and the Ridden Hives is all tied together, and again we'll get that into the article here. But then right in the center of the screen, I guess I should have talked about them first, is the 2 new cleaners. We have Sharice and we have Heng, and onto the article here to get a little bit more information about them, and I'll read this off and give you guys some thoughts as to what's all going on here. So in conjunction with this image that they released on Twitter, there's also this really nice article that tells us a lot about what's going on with the package here, or with the DLC update. So Turtle Rock Studios and Warner Bros. Announced Back 4 Blood reaching 10 million players, which, woo, had no idea that was a thing. And then the Tunnels of Terror DLC expansion coming on April 12th. So let's quickly read through some of this so you guys can learn some of the new things that are coming on in this DLC patch. One of the cool things, by the way, that I saw right away was that apparently the Back 4 Blood game here was the best selling new IP on consoles with an asterisk. So what does the asterisk mean? It was measured by the NPD group, and I'm pretty sure the NPD is pretty much the main authority in actually measuring what goes on with sales. So that's a pretty nice accomplishment there, so kudos, Back 4 Blood. So the expansion is going to feature the new Ridden Hives, a PvE cooperative activity, new playable cleaners, Ridden variants, and exclusive character skins, and more. And if you scroll down here, you start to get a little bit more of these details. So when the Back 4 Blood Tunnels of Terror expansion arrives, by the way, they have Warped Ridden and the Tunnels of Terror. They should just call it the Warp Tunnel. That's just me. Okay. Teams of 4 friends can jump into the new activity called the Ridden Hives, where they'll explore 7 different dungeons full of labyrinth tunnels below the depths of Evansburg that are infested with a new Ridden type, Warped Ridden. To claim exclusive loot and rewards only offered in Ridden Hives, players must outmaneuver and overcome the daunting new Warped Ridden, the landmine setting urchins, the monstrous shredders, weird choice on words there, and then damage dealing rippers. Okay. So the main one I get out of this is the landmine setting urchins. So instead of them stalking you, they're going to be like in the distance and are going to put things on the ground that presumably are real ouchies, because you wouldn't want to step on a real urchin, so you probably don't want to step on the urchin's urchin. Monstrous shredders. Weird to use the word monstrous, considering monstrous is kind of its own thing in the realm of Back 4 Blood. So it kind of seems like they're just trying to look for scary words there, and monstrous is one of them that they thought up. And the damage dealing rippers. And I really am the rippers are the thing I'm most excited about. I want to know what they're ripping. Are they ripping me? Am I going to get ripped? What's going on here? Rip me. Please rip me. The new warped ridden variants are also going to be in the PvP swarm mode. What we don't get information on in here is if the warped ridden are going to be walking everywhere else. So these dungeons here, I don't know if they're going to be their own act or if they're going to be inside of the acts that are already there, and they're going to be these optional things that you can do, because it says exclusive loot, and to me that doesn't mean like unlockables. To me that means go get your legendary weapons. All right, that's not going to be go do the dungeon so you can have a skin, and maybe it will be, but it's going to be go do the dungeon so you can get legendary weapons and legendary attachments, things that you're going to use in the game basically. But there's no mention as to if the warped ridden are going to be able to crawl out of these dungeons. I hope they do, but I'm not sure. So on to the next part here. The upcoming expansion introduces 2 new playable characters, Sharice, an axe-wielding firefighter, and Heng, a tough-as-nails, no-nonsense restaurateur. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Also included in the Tunnels of Terror are 8 exclusive character skins, which we saw in the bottom left-hand corner, and I can actually pull that image back up for you guys if you'd like to see it. That is all the hazmat skins that we had down here. Pretty cool. And then you're gonna love the next part of this article here. So not only are we getting these cool skins, but way more importantly, we're getting 7 new legendary weapons, 12 new weapon skins, new cards, and more into the next sentence here that says the release of the new No Hope difficulty setting, a free update adding an extra level of challenge for elite players. Please note, all playable content in the Tunnels of Terror expansion will be accessible by all players in the party as long as one player in the party has purchased the expansion. So if you got one buddy that dipped in on the deluxe or ultimate edition, you're set. Pretty cool, which in my mind is really, really nice from the perspective of one person in your group's really into it and they probably bought the expansion, but then the rest of you are all playing on Game Pass. That's fine. You can still go ahead and experience all the stuff. Only one person needs to have it. Pretty cool. And to this part's really, I think this is a loaded sentence here. So additionally, there's going to be no microtransactions of any kind, cosmetic or otherwise, which is surprising to me. I figured they might do something cosmetic. Added to the game as a part of this expansion or any other future content update. And to me, this sentence is almost a direct statement to the people that started bringing this kind of idea up as soon as Tencent acquired Turtle Rock Studios. Because as soon as that happened, a few weeks in the stream, it was everybody was freaking out about how it's going to be microtransaction this, pay to win that, yada yada. I don't know where all of this type of stuff comes from. I'm sure there's reasons for it, but I think people were freaking out a little bit and overreacting a little bit just because Tencent bought them, even though Tencent owns a lot of stuff and it's not all microtransactions. But very directly, they're stating, hey guys, don't worry about it. We said we weren't going to do it in the beginning. Even though we got acquired, we're still not going to do it. Don't worry. So I feel like this is not an accident. I feel like this is directly talking about what happened with Tencent. I don't know. Anywho, one more thing I have to show for you guys is I actually went ahead and opened up this link here that says official assets. So you can see a little bit more deeply into what's going on here. So if I pull up Affinity Photo here, I have this. So we get a little bit more of a bigger picture as to what these guys look like, because we already got pretty full images of Sharice and Heng here, but we didn't get a full body shot of the Rippers and the Shredders and the Urchins. And yeah, really just the whole porcupine theme, right? I mean, instantly I can tell I'm going to shoot you in the neck, I'm going to shoot you in the head, I'm going to shoot you in the head. I wonder if these are going to have the same exact crusher weak spots that are a little wonky. I hope they end up fixing that, but that'll be interesting. And then he's ripping, huh? Wonder what he's ripping. How is he ripping? I was almost wondering if this Ripper was going to have 2 strong arms, you know what I'm saying? Because rip! But no, he's got 1. So he's kind of got the club idea that a Tall Boy and a Bruiser has, but he's got the Turkey Gobbler like the Crusher has. And then the Shredder here, I have no idea. I really have no idea what shredding means. Shredder could mean so many things. What's he shredding? He could be shredding razor wire. That's one that comes to my mind. Or he could be shredding you. And that could be all sorts of things. Like, if you think of claws in a lot of different video games, it's usually like a debuff, like a bleeding debuff. So that could be increased damage over time, or that could be you actually lose health over time, or something. There's a lot of different things they could probably do with that description of Shredder. And then we have the Urchin here, and the Urchin plants mines everywhere. Don't know where the mines come from or what they're made of, but apparently they have a big old roster full of mines that they can plop all over the place for you to step on. So watch out for that. And yeah, this is the update that is going to be coming out on April 12th. I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited. Glad we have something to talk about and get excited about and look forward to over the next couple of weeks here. And then you bet your behind we're going to be covering it. And if you want to see me cover this as it comes out, or if I have any more information as things come out, go ahead and subscribe down below. And then also we stream just about every single night on twitch.tv/SwingPoynt. Link is in the description and also the top comment. And let me know what you guys think. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be awesome. And I'm just excited that the game that we've put a ton of time into is getting some more love. So thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video that we do around here.